Do you scratch your head trying to figure out how to connect with your teen girl? You think of fun activities you can finally do with her with excitement, and soon are met with disappointment to hear she doesn't even want to do it. She doesn't share the same feelings of excitement with you. How can you connect and have fun with your teenage daughter when all she does is reject your ideas? Well, no worries, Mama. Here are 3 tips to overcome the rejections and 3 ideas to get your daughter to loosen up and share some fun moments with you. You ready? One thing I love to do on top of doing this podcast and serving you mamas is also helping moms one-on-one in the weeds, raising their tween or teen girl. Mamas who feel all of a sudden disconnected with their once young, cuddly girl and now entering the tween stage and have no clue what to do with her. So I got a chance to talk to one of my moms, and this is what she said. I was in a bad place with my 14-year-old daughter this summer when I decided to take the bold move to enroll onto the Talk to Your Teen Girl framework. After as little as 2 weeks into the course, I learned how to communicate more effectively with my 14-year-old daughter. I feel now I have the tools to handle conversations better and approach my daughter with love, empathy, and without judgment, something I honestly struggled with before. The result, my daughter recently told me I am her safe person. Wow, we are enjoying a closeness now that I would only have dreamt of before. It's a work in progress, but I have the tools now. Thanks to Jeannie, I am beyond grateful for this. Absolutely amazing to see how quick my friend Carly got her results in as little as 2 weeks and started to see the changes in her daughter and the way she interacted with her daughter simply by shifting the way she needed to interact with her girl. This level of connection bridged in just a few short weeks of Talk to Your Teen Girl framework. You're probably wondering what exactly is in the Talk to Your Teen Girl framework. I'm a visual person, so I get you. I like to be able to visualize exactly what I'm getting into, and I like seeing the steps to fully grasp what I would be learning. So I totally get it. So here it is. In this course, you get access to 5 modules, which you can complete at your own pace. Typically, they are about 1 week each. You have access to a private Facebook Mom Tribe community. You get a workbook containing your communication action plan and notes from the modules. Plus, I'm not done, 2 bonuses. Not 1, but 2, 52 dates, ideas with your daughter, 11-page resource guide, and never run out of things to talk about with your daughter. Endless questions in various topics you can ask your girl. I believe in equipping moms with resources and tools ready at hand's length to use and utilize at any given time. So if you are still trying to grasp what this all looks like, I get you. Come and visit talktoyourteengirl.com where I lay it out all for you. I'll see you there. Hey mama, welcome to Raising Her Confidently. Do you want to have open communication with your teen daughter? Do you find yourself constantly thinking about how to talk to your teen or why your girl is not opening up to you? Do you wake up with confident intentions only to feel confused and frustrated when all you get are one-word answers from your daughter again? Hey, I'm Jeannie. I too was a mom raising young teens. I too felt grieved by the loss of my sweet, talkative little girl. I wanted her to come to me about anything, even if she was scared, and listen to my advice. But I kept thinking, she won't listen to me, and I don't know how to approach her until I found tools to create open communication. In this podcast, you will find how to connect and talk to your teen and create a safe space for her to go to so that you will have that close relationship you dreamed of. Go grab your glass of Merlot and throw off those fuzzy slippers, and let's dig in together. Handling rejection from your daughter can be a challenging experience for any mama. You see her having a good old time with her girlfriends, and she has no problems talking to other adults and actually enjoys conversing with them. But for some reason, when you attempt to talk to her or connect with her in any way, it's not received quite the same way as you see it when she interacts with others. It's kind of hurtful and even disappointing when you are trying your best to bridge this gap of connection with her, but it's not reciprocated in the same way, the way you want it. I hear you, mama. I believe most moms have experienced this with at least one of their children sometime in the lifespan of parenting their kid. So I get you, mama. Today I wanted to talk to you about 3 tips to navigate this type of situation with grace and resilience for one, yourself, and toward your daughter. And then today I'm going to leave you with 3 tips, maybe more ideas of ways to have fun that doesn't have to be so hard or so forced, okay? So hang in there. Here's how you can navigate the delicate situation with grace and resilience. Be okay with letting loose, right? Be okay with letting yourself be loose. Sometimes the best way to connect with your daughter is to let go of any inhibitions and embrace spontaneity. What I mean is, are you willing just to go there, just to let loose for that moment, to show your daughter the person you are inside? Maybe the teenage self at one moment and who you were. Show her that you're not afraid to be silly or vulnerable by letting loose and having fun together. Whether it's dancing around the living room, spontaneously, singing at the top of your voice in karaoke. I mean, because that's something I do and I don't know how to sing. That's not my gifting. Attempting a new hobby or sharing embarrassing stories from your own teenage years. This is allowing yourself to be playful and authentic so that it can help break down those barriers with your daughter and foster a sense of closeness between you and your girl. So be okay with letting yourself loose, right? Sometimes mamas, we think that we are in this role where we have to be that role model, and it's very true. But they also need to see that you're a person that feels, a person that makes mistakes, a person that loves life, right? And they need to see that in you and relating to your girl. Number 2, be okay with putting yourself out there and risking rejection, right? Along with letting yourself loose, be okay with putting yourself out there and risking rejection. So building a strong relationship with your daughter requires vulnerability and courage. I've mentioned this before in some of my other episodes about vulnerability. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and take the initiative in reaching out to her. Don't wait on her. You pursue her, even if there's a chance that she's going to reject you. And there's probably going to be a high chance she does. Mama, she's a teenager. She wants to have control of her own environment. And mama being in there to her may seem like she's not in control and being told what to do, right? So it's okay. Almost expect rejection because mama, that will help you guard your heart, right? As hurtful as it may seem. Whether it's suggesting an activity or initiating a conversation or expressing your feelings, showing vulnerability demonstrates your willingness, right, to invest in the relationship. And also can encourage your daughter to open up in return. So as you are pushing through the fear of rejection and still pursuing her and being vulnerable and putting yourself out there, you're modeling what it's like to your daughter to do the same. Okay? And number 3, mama, when you are met with rejection, don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. It's important to remember that rejection from your daughter is not a reflection of your worth as a mom or even a person. I'm going to repeat that again so you can hear me in this. It's important to remember that your rejection from your daughter is not a reflection of your worth as a mother or a person. Teenagers are navigating this complex, highly emotional stage of development, right? Filled with hormones, hormonal changes, peer pressure, and identity exploration, which can sometimes lead to misunderstandings and conflicts with parents, right? There's this internal battle, right, that's happening with your daughter because all these changes are happening. And some of the things they put out there can be misunderstood by us mamas, right? So instead of internalizing rejection as a personal failure, try to approach it with empathy and understanding. Recognize that your daughter's rejection may stem from her own insecurities, her own fears, and her own struggles and respond back with empathy, compassion, and even patience. Patience, right? Refuse to take it personally. Now, by embracing these principles that I just shared with you, which is be okay with letting loose, be okay with putting yourself out there and risking rejection, and don't take it personally, you can navigate rejection from your daughter with resilience and grace. Grace, grace, which ultimately strengthens your relationship, and it's going to foster a deeper sense of connection with you and your girl. Now, before I end this episode and I leave you with those tips of navigating rejection, I also want to leave you with, okay, so she keeps on rejecting me with some fun things that I try to come up with. Well, here are some maybe ideas that you haven't thought about, or maybe you have, but maybe after listening to these tips can approach it in a different way, right? How about an impromptu dance party, right? Fun doesn't have to be organized all the time, and it doesn't have to be intentional all the time. It can be in the pockets of interaction with your daughter. If you're always in the kitchen and there's music playing, have an impromptu dance party. Who can resist a spontaneous dance session? I know my daughter can't because she's always dancing. So why not join her, right? Next time you're both in the kitchen, crank up her favorite tunes, right? What's her favorite type of music? I know my daughter's is K-pop. And invite her to dance along with you. There's no need to have specific choreography, but hey, you never know. In this age of TikTok and dances, she might even have something that she's just going to teach you in the moment, right? Just enjoy the moment together. It doesn't have to be hard. You might find that she's more willing to open up when there's music and movement involved, and she doesn't have to think about it. It's already happening, right? Another is maybe an after school treat tradition, right? Start a sweet tradition of stopping by a cute boba shop. Boba is very popular here. So I say boba because all the high school kids, middle school kids are all about boba. Boba. Go to a boba shop, maybe even a cafe together after school. Surprise her with this special treat and use it as an opportunity to chat about her day, her interests, or anything on her mind, right? Having something casual like this and something delicious to put in her mouth will make it easier for her to relax and engage in conversation. Another one could be a DIY spa day, right? Pamper yourself with DIY spa days at home. Set up a cozy space with candles. We all have candles, mama. I know you must have candles. Fluffy robes and soothing music. Spend some quality time together doing facials, like face masks that are not popular, painting each other's nails, and simply lounging and chatting. These are things that don't require for her to get up and get ready and move, right? It doesn't require a lot of energy with the things you already have at home. This relaxed environment of the DIY spa day will encourage bonding and create lots of great memories, right? So think of some of these as creative ideas that you'll be on your way of building a stronger connection with your daughter. And remember, it's all about finding activities that resonate with her interests and preferences. And most importantly, creating opportunities for these genuine connections and fun. So I hope, Mama, this relieves some of the pressure of feeling rejected and having to plan some grand fun ideas, although those are absolutely fun and intentional. It doesn't always have to be like that, especially when you're having pushback and rejection from your girl, not really wanting to do all the things. These are some non-pressure, totally low energy planning that you can do to have that same type of fun to build deeper connections, right? So I hope these tips and ideas have brought you encouragement and hope in pursuing your teenage daughter. Even though there are rejections, your authenticity and your patience and your genuine desire to connect with your daughter will catch up to your daughter. I promise. They will catch up to your daughter. You just have to be consistent. She will see you even if she does not express it. So I'm cheering you on, Mama. If you find having to make connections with your daughter difficult and challenging enough to leave you frozen and find yourself needing help, I got you. Head on over to raisingherconfidently.com and discover how you and I can work together in this. I'll talk to you soon. Hey friend, if this podcast inspired you or encouraged you or helped you in any way, I'd love for you to share it. You can screenshot this episode and share it in your stories on social media or text it to a friend who can use the support. It's the best way you can thank me. I want to let other mamas know they are not alone. I'd love to stay connected with you. You can find me on Instagram at Jeannie Baldemero or join my free mom support community at Linktree/Jeannie Baldemero. Until next time, live full of grace, Jeannie.